What's up everyone, I'm the Kaiju no Kami from the Toku Animation News Network, and today I'm going to have a quickie review for both Gundam Seed Freedom and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This video is brought to you by the Kaiju no Kami store, creativity by design llc.com/shop. You can buy all kinds of cool Kaiju no Kami merchandise. We've got t-shirts, notebooks, pens, water bottles, and a poster. Check it out, and thank you for your business. Now back to the review. Alright, Gundam Seed Freedom is a sequel to Gundam Seed Destiny that took 18 years to finally come out, and it was alright. It was definitely a Gundam Seed movie. I somewhat like Gundam Seed, didn't care for Destiny, especially in its second half, but I will say Gundam Seed makes a great introductory Gundam series for those brand new to the franchise. Freedom was kind of more the same, which is a shame. First, I want to say for a movie that's been in production for 18 years, per the interview at the beginning of it, the animation was shit. There are scenes where character heads are huge compared to their bodies, especially an early scene in the movie where we have Locus walking with these other executives. Their heads are bigger than their bodies. It just looked so awful. And then there was a scene at the end that kind of was like reminiscent to Evangelion with Kira and Locus again, and their proportions were very, very, very skinny. Like it looked like they were those what people depict the gray aliens as, with big heads. And like there was like parts of Locus's arm that looked like there was just missing. I don't know what that was all about, but there was a lot of sloppy animation in this. The fight scenes were very cool looking. I really did like the opening fight sequence mech battle. It felt very grounded, and then as the mech battles went on, they got more fantastical. The character development is fine for all the old characters that you already know about, not so great for the majority of the new ones. There's this really interesting group of villains called the Black Knights. They have this, there's a whole great concept around them that I thought they were going to be extended. Interesting ideas, but most of them maybe spoke 2 lines, 3 lines at most, and that was about it. Kira is Kira, and Shin does get a pretty cool scene, so I gotta give them props for giving Shin some actual cool stuff to do. There are a few other bits I did like, but overall the movie was just... the pacing was bad. It felt like this was a 12-episode series they decided to condense into a 2-hour movie. Think of Gundam F91, though not as that badly paced. I just want to put that out there. It reminds me of F91, but is much better paced than F91. But the main villain was not the greatest, and there was just a lot of things I was like, huh? What? And some pointless fan service. But since Gundam is what started hentai, why not have fan service in a Gundam movie? Because of course there is. Now, the other problem I have to say was the English dub. This is based on the new English dub, which, from what I saw of Gundam Seed new dub, I really liked more than the old dub. I wasn't a big fan of the old dub, but I'm also not a big fan of some of the voices in the Japanese version. However, it was kind of weird because Mulaflaga is voiced by the guy who did him in the old dub compared to the new dub. And then Shin was not voiced by the guy from the new dub. So now we have dubs that are completely inconsistent yet again for Gundam, which I absolutely hate, because like we had the original Gundam series was one dub with Char's Counterattack, but then Zeta had completely different voices from the Gundam and Char's Counterattack dub. That I think I'm just going to stick to Seed in Japanese. That's basic what I'm alluding to. Just stick with Seed in Japanese. Now, I know there were some people that were upset because they pronounced Lacus's name Lacus, which is how it's pronounced in Japanese. Some people were thrown off by that because this was their first time hearing the new dub. Whatever. It is what it is. I'm going to give Gundam Seed Freedom a 6 or 7 out of 10. Now for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I really liked Rise. I loved Dawn. And I just adored, was amazed at War. So Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is the newest Planet of the Apes movie, set several generations after the events of War for the Planet of the Apes. I went in just wanting something that was as good as Rise. I'm not expecting better than War or Dawn, and that's exactly what I got. We've got a nice, it's a typical redundant hero's journey type story with an ape who meets people, that people leave him, meets new people, he has to go rescue his clan, and he confronts the villain and that stuff occurs, what you normally see in a hero's journey story. But it's really well done, it's very compelling, it's well paced. There are a couple areas I was like, could have been done better. The effects, being all CGI for the most part, except for the humans, is done well. This is how, if you're going to do a CGI movie, you do it right. Disney, you listening? It works. Planet of the Apes works being all CGI, The Lion King does not. I'm just leaving it there. We had the Mufasa trailer before Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and the Mufasa trailer looked just as bad as the previous live action, but actually animation, Lion King movie. And for some reason they had to put the subtitle The Lion King, because I guess the name Mufasa isn't significant enough to know it's The Lion King. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Typical hero's journey story, still compelling, well done, well paced, some really great looking fight scenes in it. The music was quite good, though not as impressive as the music in the previous few movies. Noah, who's our new ape lead, isn't to Caesar's level yet, but he's getting there. I am very curious to see where this new storyline goes. It's still set well before the events for what in the first movie took place. Although I'm kind of like, I would like to see them tackle a remake of the original movie in this new universe, but at the same time, would it work? I don't know, but I do like where things are playing out. I definitely cannot wait for the sequel. I'm not going to say this is my favorite movie of the year, because it's not, whereas Dawn and War were the favorites of the year, but it was still a very well done film. I am going to give Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes a solid 8 out of 10. It's definitely in my top 10 favorite movies of the year, even though it won't break the top number 1. Right now, that is Late Night with the Devil. So, have you seen Gundam Seed Freedom or Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? If so, let me know in the comments below. Click like, subscribe, the bell notification, whatever else YouTube has you clicking on to support me. You can support me on Patreon, Twitter, or X, and Bluesky at tokuaannetwork, Network, and then Facebook, Instagram, Discord at Kaiju no Kami, and my website, creativitybydesignllc.com. You can also buy cool Kaiju no Kami merchandise at creativitybydesignllc.com/shop. Or click on the link in the description below. Until next time, bye.